Hi everybody. So welcome to today's video. We have something kind of super important to discuss. So if you're familiar with this channel and you're familiar with me, then you know that I, over the course of the last couple of years, have been an on and off smoker. And currently I am into one of my off smoking times in an attempt to quit permanently. So I'm about 2 months and 8 days, give or take a day, into my current attempt at quitting smoking permanently. But I've kind of reflected over the last couple months, or reflected on the last couple of months, and I have something really serious to talk to you guys about. And it involves something that you see on the screen right now. Alright, so before everybody clicks off this video, I want to tell you at least where it's going so you'll understand why you should stick around for a few minutes. In this video, I'm going to explain to you why smoking is not just a physical addiction. In fact, if you can make it a few days without smoking and get nicotine completely out of your system and still want a cigarette, then that tells you right there that it's not a physical addiction for you. It's mental. Smoking, believe it or not, is either a mask for a mental issue that you're having, or it even is the issue that you're having. I started smoking when I was approximately 16 years old, regularly. And since that time, I've been an on and off smoker. That's always been me. Eventually I get sick and tired of it and I stop. But I always come back to it. So not only smoking has been an issue for me, but if I'm not smoking, or even if I'm currently a smoker, but I'm just like at work or something where I can't smoke, I might indulge in Tic Tacs. Tic Tac wintergreens are my favorites. I have something that I can reach into my pocket, pull out, pop a few in my mouth, close it back up, put it in my pocket again, and chew on some Tic Tacs. If it's not Tic Tacs, it's Red Bull. For a long time there, I would start the day off at work with a Red Bull in my hand, and I would purposefully make that Red Bull last. I wouldn't just down it. I would take sips on it, and I would always have it in my hand to hold, and it would be like that for potentially a couple of hours. I'd make a 12-ounce Red Bull last for hours. And it was the idea that I could be standing there talking to a customer and just have something to, I don't even know what it was. I don't know if it's, because it makes me feel good, or makes me feel cool, or I think I look cool. I don't know what it is, but I've always had this habit of, almost what would be representative of an oral fixation, but to me it's more or less something that I just have to be doing something. So flash forward to the last couple of months, and basically what's been going on is that me and my girlfriend, we started cooking in-home meals instead of going out, instead of ordering out. Of course, especially with the pandemic going on and everything, not that that would have changed what we decided to do. We decided we were going to eat a little healthier, so we started cooking meals at home. And a couple of months ago, I decided I was going to quit smoking. Well, while we're cooking meals, I felt like I needed something to do during the in-between time when I wasn't chopping something up. At least this is what I think was going on in my head. I don't even know. But I just felt like I had to have something to do. So since I wasn't smoking, I started drinking. And drinking's never been an issue for me. So we always have alcohol in the house, some sort of liquor, or some sort of like beer. There's always something in the house that's alcohol. But maybe 3 or 4 times a year, I'll actually drink. Because honestly, for me, it's never something that's really stuck. It's not something I could find myself enjoying. It made me sick after I had a couple too many. And a couple too many for me was not that many. But where I wasn't smoking, and we've been cooking meals daily, I slowly was able to develop, a little bit more of a taste, a little more of a tolerance for alcohol. I found myself a really good amaretto that I like the flavor of, and I just started drinking. And it started with 1 glass, about this size right here, and it's turned into, over the course of a couple of months, 1.25 glasses, 1.5 glasses, 2 glasses. So I keep just getting deeper and deeper into this drinking habit. And what really kind of has hit with me that really made me think is that over the last couple of days, I've been planning meals and cooking times around when I felt like it was time to drink. I actually started cooking meals. We went from like 7, 8, even 9 p.m. sometimes, tracking back from 9 to 8 to 7. Yesterday we cooked at 5 p.m., which obviously is normal for a lot of households, you know, when everybody gets home from work and everything. But it was mainly because I couldn't wait until 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock to start drinking. And for me, that's an absolute no-go. But the problem as well for me is that I can't find a way around it. You know, I always have to have something in my hands. You know, I always have to have like this motion, like when I'm smoking or if I'm doing the tic-tac thing, if I'm drinking. You know, I even started eating a little more than usual. And for me, eating more frequently throughout the day is actually a bad thing. And even eating big meals is a bad thing for me too. I can't quite find a balance. I have ulcerative colitis. So eating regularly throughout the day makes me sick, makes me bloaty. Eating a big meal makes me sick, makes me bloaty. I don't even know how to get around that one. I just always have to, I don't even know how to describe that. That's a whole different situation. We're not going to talk about that now. But basically what I'm trying to tell you is that eating has also become a thing for me. I've been eating more frequently in the absence of having cigarettes to smoke, to where my stomach is just huge all day long and I just feel sick all day long. I've even packed on about 25 pounds. I know it doesn't look like it up here. It's because it's all in my stomach because of all the inflammation because of my ulcerative colitis, where I'm just always sick down there. And of course, colitis is chronic inflammation in that area. So every decision that I've made to replace cigarette smoking has just kind of backfired and made things kind of worse. Especially this habit right here. Because this habit, see, when I was smoking, I could smoke a cigarette and I'm okay to carry on a conversation. I'm okay to get in a car and drive somewhere. Alcohol impairs you. I can't get in a car after I've been drinking. I can't drink while I'm in a car driving. It's hard for me to carry on a conversation when I can't even stand upright, but I'm smiling because I'm happy because of how lightheaded and dumb I feel at the moment. I have replaced one really bad habit with a bunch of really bad habits. Now, I'm not here to justify smoking for you. If you're a smoker, you need to quit. Everybody who smokes needs to find a way to get out of that habit and quit. But I know how difficult it is. I've been there and I'm going to be there again, because I know that as soon as I sober up this evening, maybe tomorrow morning, I'm gonna run to the store and buy a pack of cigarettes, because I cannot let this get out of hand. I am not willing to. I'm not going to accept becoming an alcoholic. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But let me sum this whole video up, you know, because it's probably a little confusing with every route that I've gone so far. But once again, I just want to clarify. Really hear me here. Really hear me here. Smoking is not always a physical addiction. Now, in the present, as you are a smoker, if you are a smoker, it is a physical addiction. But if you can quit smoking, and you can get nicotine out of your system, if you can stay off cigarettes for a few days, for a week, for 2 weeks, but for some reason, you always find yourself having cravings and wanting to come back to it and wondering what it would be like to smoke another cigarette, your problem is not physical. Your problem is mental. You're either smoking cigarettes because you're anxious or because you're trying to fill some sort of a hole in your life or in your heart. For example, I started smoking, like I said, when I was 16 years old. I was an adolescent. My hormones were changing. My life was a mess because everybody who is an adolescent thinks their life is a mess. And I don't think I ever actually dealt with the problems that affected me, which is why I still have anxiety as an adult. That's why I have depression as an adult. But smoking cigarettes was my way of coping back then. When I was alone and had nobody to talk to, I could go out in the backyard and put some headphones on and smoke a cigarette. If I was talking on the phone with one of my friends, but I couldn't actually see them, but I was talking to them, then my cigarette was my friend there with me. You know, cigarettes became my friend during the rough times. And I depended so much on nicotine and smoking during my hard times that I never came out of it. Smoking always was and still is my coping mechanism. That is what makes cigarettes so dangerous, is that they become a coping mechanism, and they become your friend, and they become the substance, whatever it is that you need to fill the hole in your heart or in your life. So guys, I will leave you with this. If you're a smoker and you find it really hard to quit, you have to be ready to quit, but more than likely the issue that you're having is a mental issue. And I know a lot of people that watch these videos live in the United States, and a lot of us have problems with healthcare and health coverage. But if you can find any way to get to a professional and talk to them, because you need help overcoming a mental problem. And again, more than likely that is depression or anxiety, but you got to fix the problem that you're having up here with your thought process, so that way you won't feel the need to turn to cigarettes anymore.